Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everyone had a great Thursday. We had a really good day today. Pretty easy day once again. This strategy um, just really ceases to amaze me each and every day. This is the Anchored LRC strategy that I use. I use it intraday trading. I trade options, and on my chart, I have the 200 EMA, the 20 EMA. I have VWAP. I don't really use VWAP much. Every now and then I will pay attention to price coming up to VWAP. But um, today I had some really good trades. I profited uh, around 2,415 today. Could have been more once again. I missed some great entries. So I'm going to start out kind of going over what I missed, what you should look for if you try using the strategy. Um, of course, I was in another,
200 EMA
excuse me,
process.
another trade at the time, so I totally missed an excellent setup, which is right here. I did take a loss, and I'll show you where I took a loss, and it was following my rules. But the great thing about taking losses, depending on what rules you set up for yourself, I've tried to set up a very low risk, high reward rule set. And if I follow those, I end up green every single day. When I get pig-headed and decide that, hey, my ego is better than my rules, I tend to sometimes have a loss. So what I did today, my first trade on SPX today, it wasn't my first trade of the day, but since I'm on SPY, I use SPY to trade SPX because the anchored LRC does not work for SPX because it doesn't have a pre-market data. Um, so what I let me I'm going to pull up my drawing tool so I can show you where I entered today, and it was the proper setup. I just didn't get all out. I held for too long, and I ended up taking a loss. So my rules are I want to have two closes under or over the 20 EMA. So if I'm getting in calls, I want to wait for two closes under the 20 EMA before I get out. If I'm in puts, I want to see two closes. For instance, say I'm in this put, this is one close, or they need to be consecutive closes. Two consecutive closes over the 20 EMA, and that would be the exit for this entire run. I did not catch this whole run. I caught it late, and I'll show you where I got it. Um, and I'll show you the two best opportunities to get in if you're watching and using this strategy. So first one was right here. I got in as soon as I got a close over the 20 over the LRC. I want to see one close over this LRC. Um, and then I get in on the move above the close of the LRC of this green candle. I don't, if there's a big wick, I don't wait for the close above or a move above the high. I wait for a move above the close. You can do that at your own discretion. You can take it as, and I'll show you how I take breakouts and where I would take a breakout. But this is my what I'm going to call my conservative trade concept. I would get in right here. I did get in there. I scaled out on this push. I took two SPX calls. I held this. I was looking for a bounce off of my 20. It got down below my 20, and I got out on this candle here. As soon as it started moving down, I did not wait for the close because I was already at a minus 180, and that's what I ended with, is 180 loss on this trade. So not a big deal. That's going to happen, and that's the great part about this trade is that's a very minimal loss, in my opinion, because the reward is so great. Where I missed, and which was the greatest setup on this, I believe I was already in test in another trade. I'm not sure which one it was, but I was in another trade, so I missed this right here. is your close. So you get this move down below the 20, then you get the move below the 200 and the LRC right here. Once you move below this LRC and close, your entry is right there. As soon as you pass that close, as soon as you pass the close of this candle, you're in.
200 EMA
And
cross
then
up.
if you come back up and close above this, that is your exit. With SPX, that would be another couple $100 loss possibly if it went against you. But that's the risk of trading. Um, I like it better when I get a close right like there, because then my entry is right at my risk out, especially if I'm trading SPX. Regular stocks, when I'm trading their options, it's not as bad. You don't have as big of a loss. However, this would have been the perfect entry right here, right there. That's a terrible spot. I'll use this. This would have been a perfect entry. Right here. I don't know why that went away. Okay, now I can do it. So anyway, let me get back to it. This would have been the perfect entry. I don't know why that keeps on staying dotted. Perfect entry, scale out area right here. Take profit right there. All profit on your second green
200
candle
EMA
up.
cross
I
up.
know you didn't get to this, but on SPX, that's the way I trade it. Granted, I will eventually start risking more of um, my profits because I have now had several days. If I had got in here and followed my 20 EMA cross strategy, it would have been, I would have got all the way to here today. That is huge, 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 huge. You're talking a few $1,000s in this one trade, probably like $6,000 or $7,000. If you had, you probably would get about 5,000, maybe 7, 8,000 if you had two contracts and held them. The system works. It's incredible. I just have a hard time holding SPX. It's just something I'm working on. I really use SPX to kind of scalp and get really quick profits, um, because the downside is, say you get this move to here and you scale out here, you scale out here. All it takes is one candle like to here, and believe it or not, you're like already in at a loss or break even, and you
200
just miss
EMA
out
cross up.
on your profit. So I'm been a little, I guess I'm gun shy with it, so I get out of my SPX. If you're in SPY puts, this you don't get out of this. You could take, scale out. Always scale out. I scale out on my LRCs. As soon as I get to this LRC line, I'm scaling out half or maybe 75% of my position. I'll wait, see what happens. If I get a push up to the 20, re-enter right there. Perfection. Do the same thing. You get a push up, watch for the wick down, stay in. No reason to even get out. Two candles up, take profit here. You could get all out on this second one if you want, but if you want to stick with the strategy, you don't get out at all. You can scale out again since you added here. Scale out more on this candle. Wait for it to come up. If you get another wick off and I say wick, I'm meaning, selling pressure in this case, coming down, it shows that, you end up having you push up and then you have nothing but a wick coming back down to a close below the candle. Then right here, you re-enter, you
200
add
EMA
more to your
cross up.
contract or to your position, and then just hold this. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it until you get your two closes. You could, instead of scaling out, if you're brave, I'm not that brave. I scale out because I need to lock in profit. You could have got in right here and never exited this position until right there. And that would have been a banger of a trade today, guys. Absolute. But once again, I didn't do that. I didn't get it. Uh, um, but that's okay. I still profited really well today, and it made up for my $25 loss on Tuesday. So I'm happy about that. I doubled up uh, my $1,000 a day today, so it took out my minus 25 on Tuesday. Trying to be positive. So had an AMD put, had an AMD call to begin with, and ended up with a loss, a small loss on that one, I believe. It wasn't too bad, but I did get up, and I ended up getting out really quick when it wicked off that 187 level. I scaled out on this big push, and I ended up with a very
200
small
EMA
loss. I
cross up.
can't remember what it was, but it was a small loss, not a big deal. But I did get out when I got this candle coming down, and I saw that I had two wicks off of the 187 level. The 187, that's a big level for me for AMD that I have draw. These levels I manually draw, and so I know to get out. I should have got all out right here, and I would have been up like $700. But I ended up with a loss on this big push down. That's okay. But I did get into AMD puts, and I got into them right here. I believe it was on this candle here. I had this candle come down. I think I got in on this candle. I got in like a breakout move. I was expecting this to continue, so I got in. I'm going to zoom in for you. This is what I call a breakout move, and if you're going to do this, again, use your own discretion, trade your way. But for me, what I try to do is I try to, when I'm in a breakout move, I get in on the move past my level. There's a couple reasons why I do that. Because the number one reason is I want to be right at my risk out. So if this goes against me and closes back above
200 EMA
that
cross up.
200 or the 184, then my risk is really, really low because I got in at the cross. Okay, so that's why I do a lot of breakout moves. More, I think I do more breakout moves now than I used to. I used to be more conservative, and I would wait to get in on that candle, which was still a great entry, and honestly, right at the same spot. It's a much smarter way to trade this because that way at least you get your confirmation of continuation down, and you don't get a reversal. Because sometimes this 200, especially when it's the 200, you'll get a push right back up off of it. So you do have to be careful with that. If you're going to take a breakout, just be prepared to hop out of the trade pretty quickly. I always, when I call it out in Discord, I trade live every day with our members. They call out trades, I call out trades. So we're all kind of working together as a community. And this, when I get in these trades, I tell everyone that, hey, have a short leash. I'm going to get in this. I'll have a short leash. That's kind of my go-to statement, just so everyone knows. But I got in here, and when it wicked up
200
here
EMA
and
cross
started
up.
coming down, I actually added. So I got in, I believe 20 here, and I added 10, and well, no, I don't think I was in the heavy. Anyway, regardless, I ended up with like a $300 profit, and I got all out when I hit my 180, 170 level, which is also, see this blue line right here? That is a long LRC. I'm using the long LRC now. If you want, you can go back and look at some of my other videos or come into my Discord. I think I have examples in there as well. This is a long LRC. This is a long LRC. And this is a long LRC. And what they are, I'll explain it real quick. I go and zoom out to I get on a one hour time frame, typically minimum. Sometimes I'll go to a 30 minute, but it's usually 1 hour to a 4 hour time frame. And I'll draw manual linear regression channels, which is what these are, which is what the LRC is. And so I'll draw them, and then I'll move them until I get specific pivots on the market or on the price levels of that stock. It's absolute amazing. It's absolutely amazing how often it will use that level as a pivot. It's crazy. As well as the LRC, the intraday LRC, my anchored LRC is absolutely bonkers. But anyway, moving on. So I got in there. I ended up with like a $300 profit. That was a good trade. My other trade today was Tesla, and that was a really good trade. That was over $1,000 trade. It could have been even better, but that's okay. I got in, and um, it was actually a call. So it was, I think I had two profits on calls today. The rest were all puts, of course. You can see how the market went. We had to change our bias really quick. Everything looked like it was going up, and then we had this whoop, not so much. So um, let me get this one up so I can draw. So I got in actually on this move here on Tesla. I was in kind of heavy. I added on this one. I added on this one.
200 EMA cross up.
I added on that one. And when I wicked up off, when I actually when this came down and it stayed above the 200, I was going to exit for a loss, but I waited to see what this 200 was going to do. When I got this, I added right there because I got this wick right up. Oh, look at that, right on not only my LRC right here, but the 200 EMA. So as soon as I saw that, it just gave me, I have the confidence of this trading system. I'm so confident in it. I trust it. And sometimes I'll take losses, and that is okay. That's part of trading. But it took off. I added in right as this candle started, and boom. I scaled out at the 267. I scaled out again on this push here. And my last out was, whoops, it's getting away from me. My last out was that high candle. I think I topped it out. I think I got the extreme high on that. So that was a great trade. Could have got more if I didn't scale out as early, but that's okay. I will always scale out now because with a market like we've had in the last few months,
200 EMA
you
cross
just
up.
never know. You don't get total trends and stuff. Today, last couple of days, we've had some really good trends. So maybe I'll try holding a little longer, but when I do that, that's when I get burned. But also looking at this chart, the best entry for you in this chart or a great entry would be right here, the conservative entry. The breakout entry is it moving right down from the 20 through the 265 and the 200. Take this as a breakout. Personally, if I'm breaking through a major level, this is just something else for you to think about. If I'm breaking through a big level like this, a major level, I tend to wait for the confirmation and I'm more conservative. So I'll get it here. If I get a pullback to that level and a rejection, then I'll add in up here. But you could take the breakout and then just be prepared for it to move back above and stay above. So the breakout move obviously would have been the best. You would have profited the most. And again, check out if you look at the 20 EMA strategy on it has to be on the 2-minute, guys. That's the important part. It has to be a 2-minute, 20 EMA on a 2-minute.
Cross up.
If you use that strategy of 2 consecutive closes, you didn't get that. You got one little itty bone, one may have closed over there, but no reason to get out. I would have taken probably all profit right here, and I would have added back in on that candle right there, and the rest, and then I would have taken all profit right here because it's another big level. And look what you could have done the whole day on Tesla. Wait for you're out of everything. You've already pocketed all of this profit, right? Wait for this, see what happens here. If it comes back above, then yeah, no trade. But guess what? You get this, and then you enter on you enter on that candle. And you enter right here. So this was your close. I know this looks like, oh no, this is going up, but it didn't close above your major level. and you enter as you start moving below this candle. Get in. That way your risk to reward is literally right here. If it goes against you, boop, so what? You're out. No big deal. You lose very little, right? So that's the way to trade that. And then again, you get this whole move, and this is your only exit right here. So you got most of the move, at least down to here. So you would have got a huge amount of profit today if, or I would have got it if I had entered here and followed my 20 EMA rule to here. I'm gonna have to start doing it because day after day, I'm not doing that. I'm still profiting well, but I can improve. I think we can all improve, right? Um, then I already showed you my SPX. I think that was everything on my SPX. Oh, and I'm going to show a kind of a comical. This is why you should never have any bias, oops, when you're trading. So today, pre-market, I put in some trading charts. I show the group ideas, what I'm looking at, what I found, um, areas with support and resistance, so everyone can see what see where the levels are. So you can also get all of that in my Discord. But I kind of went back and I was looking at different stocks that I haven't
200
traded,
EMA
and I was
cross-up.
looking at this ACN, and it's actually kind of comical, right? Because this is just shows you how you cannot go into a day being biased. So I showed this to everyone. I was like, look at how this stock, it consolidates, and then let me do my drawing tool. Um, it consolidates, and then boom, at market open. You move down, you just take profit when you start moving back up on this candle. You wait for the next day, consolidates, market open, boom, goes down. Now I marked these levels today. And then you take profit on your second, green candle coming up. Moves back up, market open, boom, again. You take profit right here, you get out right there, or you take profit right there, but it goes all the way down again. And it's like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it's been doing this every day. Of course, I just noticed this. So today, I told everybody, hey, if I get a move that starts
200
down,
EMA
I'm
cross-up.
getting in puts on this, um, on these, on ACN, sorry. And I'm going to write it down and I'm going to take profit on my second green. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this thing out, right? So here, this is the funny part. So this is what happened today. We had the consolidation push up over to here. It goes down. I didn't get in it because this wasn't even showing up. Like um the volume was so low. I was just getting like little blips on my chart. But one of the guys in the Discord, he's like, "Hey, I got in the put." He got in only one. Thank goodness, because he was down only like $15 here. So he was doing it as a test. Because of course, if it moved that direction here, he'd still only be up $15, right? Over his cost. But he was down 15 or $20 up here. But the interesting thing, and the reason I'm showing this, is don't ever go into a day with
200 EMA
with a
cross-up.
bias and think that you know what's going to happen. Because I try not to ever, and the one day that I actually come in and go, hey, I'm buying puts for this, um, for ACN today because it has done this every day. Look what happened today. Beautiful move back up. It took out 1, 2, 3, 4 drops in one day. So just, keep that in mind, guys. If you think there's a lot of people out there that think they know what's going to happen based off of this, based off of that. Today's news was good, and guess what? Market went down. So it's really tough to try to come in with any type of bias. It's going to it'll wipe you out. Um, so for me, I try to take every day, use every day as a non-biased, and I anyhow, that's my little rant. Just hopefully that helps somebody. And if you guys have any questions, leave me a comment. If you'd like to join or come and see how we trade this strategy, come and join the Discord. And you can leave messages in the Discord. You can DM me. I will never DM anybody. Please listen to this. I will not DM you. I will not friend you. I will not accept friend requests. I will not sell you a program, a training course. I will not sell you Bitcoin. I will not sell you anything. I will not show you that I made many, many thousands of dollars or whatever. And if you want, I will help you. No, those are all scammers. They're doing it every day. So please be wary of that. Know that I am not going to contact you. If you contact me, I will answer and I will respond and I will help you as much as I can. Um, but I will never contact anybody. So please, I hope everybody hears this and and understands. I won't do that. These guys are scammers. They're sad, sick individuals that are trying to rip you off, and they will. And unfortunately, they do a really good job at scamming people and thinking that, trying to make people think that um, they're me or even the other traders in the market, and they
200
get
EMA cross out.
unfortunately people are just too nice and gullible these days. They'll still click on a link to go somewhere, and next thing you know, they lose their account and their money, or whatever they're doing. I don't know what if they're trying to get into people's PCs. I have no idea, but it is not me. If you're getting any contact from me, you're not going to get contact from me. Anyway, so sorry. I know that went very long-winded, but I just want to bury that, make sure everybody understands that I will not contact you. Um, so anyhow, I hope to see you guys. I hope to see you in the Discord. If you have questions, leave them in the comments or leave them in the Discord. If you like the video and you would like to support me, please give me a like, subscribe. Um, and if I can make the videos better, feel free to critique. I'm open-minded, so um, yep, do that. And I appreciate it. I hope you guys all had a great day. I hope you had a green day, and I hope you have. I hope your trading future is really good. So, anyhow, thanks again, and I am going to end the video there. You guys have a great Thursday afternoon. Spend time with family and friends.